In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the Truthful, and the Most Just. May Allah's Assalamu alaikum. We thank you for allowing us to again meet with you for a congregational prayer service. And remind you to keep up prayer. We don't tell you that as a ritual, even though we do it every week. If you don't keep up prayer, as the messenger said once, he said, some of us hardly ever pray. And then in the most troublesome hour in time where we need to pray, we don't know how to pray. So in this world, you can't, after you done had an accident, you got to have insurance before you get it. I think there's a lesson in there somewhere. You never call on Allah. Then when you get in trouble, then you, what now? That's the way, you know. You didn't need him before. What you need? What you calling now? What? Allah's not cheap like that. You go out of your life, and then when you go wrong because you decided you could do it without him, then you want to invite Allah in now. Once the chastisement of your actions, the result of your actions, the justness and the justice of your own actions bring on the return of it, then it's, oh my God. Keep up prayer. I gave you prayers that you should recite. It's one prayer you always recite. Guide us on the right path. Well, I've been trying to guide you on the right path. It's not my fault if you don't pay attention. I want you to understand something. Let's see. This is in Mark the 13th chapter. It have become necessary that because I see that the hour approaches. We can tell you the hour approaching. We just ain't gonna tell you when. Oh yeah. Now listen good. This is let's go to these things. The 19th verse. For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation. I'll show you an example. You had never seen, ask your grandmother, matter of fact, you can ask your mother. Ask some of the older brothers and older believers. Go search the internet and see if you ever seen people getting old on a regular basis. And not majority of old people, and couldn't remember nothing. I didn't start seeing that until I started understanding the scripture. When I started understanding the scriptures, then, it says, seal not up the book. See, these is the things that was respite. You were being respited. Eating poison. I'll show you an example. When you walk in a bar, they used to ask you, name your poison. They knew exactly what you was doing. You poisoning your system. But it wasn't really, you do it and do it every day. Just go home, sleep it off. Even the cirrhosis of the liver wasn't that rampant. In the 22nd chapter of the Holy Quran, I'm just going to show you that what the Bible said, true. The Holy Quran just remind me what's in the Bible. It says, remember, what day was they supposed to be respited to? The day of resurrection. Oh, people, the 5th verse. If you are in doubt about the resurrection, if you are the day of the resurrection, then surely we created you from dust, I told you, the black man is the only man that did not come from some man's semen. The black man actually was formed out of this earth. The earth was not as it is now. But as we hinted to you, before me, there was no God formed, and neither shall there be after me. Formed himself out of the earth, then separated himself from the earth and walked around on the earth. Hence, I and my Father are one. It's all right. You ain't never got to believe it. The thing is, we don't care. We knew that you wasn't going to believe us when we told you. Son of man, the house of Israel not going to hearken unto you, because it wouldn't hearken unto me. Forsake not the law of your mother. These people don't forsook the laws of nature. They don't hearken unto even nature. Lie on nature. And you just don't know. Just a moment. They said, I'm talking to everybody who follow them. All we just want to know is how many of y'all hate us. That's all. You finna get out of here. You just raise up your head, because you're going to be just like Whiskers. Get them up there and get them off. You getting off of this planet. Let's see here. It says, we create you from dust. I told you all y'all came out of us. Dust thou art, and to us shall you return. The dominion returns to us. And it says, then from a small life germ, see, you came out of our life germ. We the one came out of us. Then we made all these other people, they are Semitic people. It says, then from a clot, then from a lump of flesh, complete and yet incomplete, an embryo. That we may make clear to you the truth. And it says, and we cause what we please to remain in the wombs till an appointed time. Let's see. What did the devil say to Jesus? Ought you come here to torment us? What? We cause what we please to remain in the wombs till an appointed time. Even that which will destroy the wicked. We cause to incubate time. Remain in the womb. It says, then we bring you forth as babies, that you may attain your maturity. And of you is he who is caused to die, and of you is brought back to the worst part of life, so that after knowledge he know nothing. We used to couldn't understand that. Why you suppose you understand it now? This is it. It says, for in though be affliction such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which God created unto this time, neither shall there ever be again. It says, and except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. And then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Christ, or lo, he is there, believe him not. For false Christs shall arise, and shall show signs and wonders, to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. He said, but take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all these things. Now Jesus hinted to you that he's a prophet. God's word in him, the way he was told to say it, letting you know prophets are the ones that foretell future events. Huh? It says, but in those days, after that, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. You notice, how many, you remember when Joseph's vision, the sun and the moon was bowing to him? What did his father Jacob said to him? Oh, I look like my mom, your mama and me gonna bow to you, huh? The sun and the moon shall be darkened. What did it say? The sun shall, and the moon shall not give her light from the sun. If the sun is darkened, how many of y'all grew up in a household where the daddy wasn't there? Oh, the sun was dark, and the moon reflects the light of the sun. Now look at the whole generation here of women trying to raise men without a father. Now you see why people are so crazy. It's written, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men. That which is raised in darkness and grew in darkness, more than likely will wither in the light of the sun. Coming in here cursing at me, writing all your disrespectful stuff to me. I'm going to fix every one of you. Watch what I tell you. We just want to know who you are, that's all. And we know who you are now. Let me show you. It's all written.
You cannot stop the will of God. You are as long as he has a free enemy, but attack his will. We must rid the people of an open enemy as a lot of bondage. From attacking the truth and from attacking the truth work, we must rid the church of such opponents who are not secret and open. So we must rid the earth of open enemies and secret enemies.
Here I come in here and getting the World Wide Web, the word or will of God, and they attack me. They attack the recitation. They attack me like they attacked Jesus, like they attacked Moses, like they attacked every messenger that ever came. They attacked the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Well, this is the day we ain't gonna have to take it from you. I just want to know who you are, that's all. I'm gonna fix you. Yeah. Provoke me to anger continually to my face. And then after they provoke me, then they say, you ain't no man of God. No, I know you used to doing what you please to men of God and getting away with it. Well, I'm your huckleberry. Yeah. And when you come back later talking about you was just joking, I wasn't. Wicked people. You show them kindness, they think you're a fool. Okay. Let me read some more to you. The sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. This is for all of you that thought that the woman could guide the man. Women don't guide men. Show me where God ever spoke to the woman in the beginning. Except when he was passing out the judgment after Adam disobeyed him, listening to her. The moon and the sun wasn't created at the same time. The sun was shining for the moon when the moon was yet a part of the earth. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, where there are no decent women, it's because there are no decent men. That's what he said. You don't turn out rags. The mother of every human being on the earth had a mother. Nature teach you to respect and take care of your mother. But they say, all my friends call me a fool. They say, let the woman take care of you. Another verse in there. So I try to be hip and think like the crowd, but not even the crowd can help me now. Okay. And the stars of heaven shall fall when I have made him complete and breathed into him of my spirit. What did he tell the angels? The stars of heaven. The stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken as a fig tree when it casteth its untimely figs, when shaken by a mighty wind. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the scriptures with knowledge and great understanding. Oh, it's clear now. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of the heaven. All power in heaven and earth is delivered unto me. And it says, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and put it forth leaves, know that summer is near. So ye, Anna, when you shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in. Even at the doors. We make no distinction between any of the prophets. What goes for one goes for all. I think one of them said, I am the door of the sheep. Well, what was the rest of them there? Even at the doors. And when I knocked, they opened unto me. Behold, I stand at the door, and they heard my voice. The sheep follow him, for they know his voice. These follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. They told you whose words they was delivering to you. They said, the Spirit of the Lord, the word of the Lord is upon me. I'm so sick and tired of being around people that hate me. I ain't did nothing to them. And they hate me for no reason. I'm sick and tired of it. So it's only just that we give you warning. So, verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass. I think I told you that already. Till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour, what hour? Turn to the 18th chapter of the book of Revelation. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven. After all of the prophets had made their prophecies, I saw another messenger come down from heaven. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the dreadful day, before the hour. And he, it says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great knowledge, great power, and the earth was enlightened with his understanding. Everywhere you went on this earth, after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad finished his mission, and during the last few years of it, people was asking about Elijah. You go to Africa, you find that Africa was, go to China, they was listening to Elijah. Everybody knew about Elijah. Even in Russia, they knew about Elijah. The earth was enlightened with his understanding. And he cried mightily. You'll never dream you would hear a black man stand up in America and say the things that you heard Elijah standing up saying. Huh? He cried mightily with a strong voice. Yeah. He didn't just speak with his own. He spoke with the voice of God. A strong voice, not a weak one. We used to have a song when I remember when I was in church growing up, just a closer walk with thee. Say, I am weak, but thou art strong. Huh? Yeah. He says, saying Babylon the Great is fallen. Baby London, USA is fallen. What do you mean it's fallen? And many people, because they ain't never heard, ain't never read it just from hearsay, they thought that was saying falling. They said nothing about no falling. Babylon the Great is fallen. Look at you. things you used to condemn, you don't condemn them no more. Men marrying men, that's okay with you. Now, I'm not saying you're supposed to be dictating to people what they can do, but you don't even condemn it no more. Got that what they show you in Haiti is taking up all that money, supposed to be over there helping the Haitian people. They there trafficking little babies. People in Congress sending nude flicks of themselves somewhere. Babylon the Great is fallen. You know, generally when you see someone fall, you try to help them up. What I've been trying to do for the past 40 years. How many of y'all saw remember the search for Spock? You remember when Captain Kirk and the Klingon commander was fighting on the planet? And the Klingon commander fell and was, and first the captain tried to, you know, help him up. And he reached down to him, and the Klingon commander tried to pull his feet off from under him and pull him to his death. And the captain said, "I have had enough of you." I felt that one. You know, you ain't supposed to get wrapped up in them movies, you know. But, you know, you could feel that one. Trying to save him, and he's so hateful that he won't let you save him and would like to take you down with him. For no other reason than for hate's sake. No reason, just emotion. So, and he cried mightily with a strong voice. I mean, showing you in the word of God that that's the strongest voice you can speak with. Babylon is fallen. America is fallen. Look at this. He even wrote a book, The Fall. You can't say he wasn't the one that was talking about. Is that? And it's become the habitation of devils. And you fell out with him when he told you the white man is the devil. Of course, white folks didn't bring him on TV and go to loud talking him. They let you do that. Get on TV and call yourself them and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and talking about he's a hate teacher and stuff. And they should looking at you shaking their head. And you got all these liars out here now talking about they believe in the messenger and attacking me. secret enemies. We'd have never known. But Allah brings about circumstances that we get a chance to see our enemies. I remember when I was a little boy, I played the part of the little blind boy, and they used to have Christmas programs at my church. And my older brother, Jerome, he played the part of Jesus. And I played the part of the little blind boy. And when Jesus asked him, "What will you that I do to you?" I said, "Lord, that I might receive my sight." Then I met the real Jesus, and I received my sight, and I'm still receiving sight from Christ. No, he shall not judge eyes or the hearing of his ears, but in righteousness shall he judge and make war. My eyes is like fire. He maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flame of what? My eyes are like fire. He said. So I see you through their words. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, to show you you're a very wicked and low down person. You say yes to Elijah to his face, and the minute his back is turned, you try to rob his plans of good for his people. A messenger, say yes to his face. But their deeds are just the opposite of what he taught. Come in here calling me nigger. And claim to be. The messenger said we was going to make a habit of coming out so that the public will know that we not giving you these false things that you are saying. We're going to come out in the public and tell the public we don't teach what you're saying.
Son of man.
What is it?
How you doing today, sir?
I'll do, and you?
I want to ask you a question. Why is it that now, for some reason, why is it that a lot of these men, they act like women now? They walk around with.
Well, you already know the answer to that. No, wait a minute. Hold it. You already know the answer to that, so don't ask me that. You know, they act like women because they was raised by women. So just, I don't, that's, and you can't emulate nobody but the one that you grew up admiring. If you ain't had nothing but a woman for a role model, what you gonna think you're gonna act like? That's why most of you don't understand me. I don't, I had a father around me when I was growing up. My mama didn't run our house. I met a lot of y'all's fathers. You know, the brothers that's been with me for years and whatnot. I met their fathers. They, they had fathers. You don't come up to me, can't stand a man to talk to you like a man. You want somebody to whisper to you and all that old mess. I can't stomach you. And when you expect him to do what he claimed what he agreed to, then he get mad because he keep his word. Well, I intended to. Men don't talk like that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, ain't nothing worse than a woman-led man. A man with a woman's mind. Anyway, it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. And he repeats it. Yeah, you heard it right. It's fallen. And it's become the habitation, the home of devils. You know, when you invite every evil thought that you invite in, that you entertain, I'm not talking about you can't live in an evil world and don't have passing evil thoughts. But you're supposed to correct yourself. You're supposed to offer resistance. Resist the devil, perish, and he will flee from you. But no, you don't just have the thought passing. You take, come on in. And you sit down thinking it, feeling it. And that's what this world does. They sit down and entertain evil thoughts. Habitation of devils. How many devils is it? A whole legion of them. Why you say legion? Because it's many. You can't lie and say you don't have them. Look around you. So it says, and a hold, you know, they used to call the place where a lot of Native Americans dwelled in tents, they called them strongholds. So Babylon has become the habitation of devils and a stronghold of every foul spirit. The word is spirit, and that is born of the spirit. The mind and the word are one. A hold of every foul-minded person. And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. They call them jailbirds. Some do wrong and go back and forth to jail so long. When he get out, he's visiting. We used to ask him, when you going back home? And it says, for all nations, well, you know, that's because the devil made their deeds fair seeming to them. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of her fornication. You know, this is really a good example of the fornicators. If the church is supposed to be the bride of Christ, when ain't nobody married in this country. Just fornicate with whatever false gods you want to. They don't even check this stuff. You know, I'm not that you can't check. Just because you check something out, that don't mean you go lay down with her. The atheist is the one that ain't really been fornicating. Atheists show them that, hey, that stuff you talking about don't make no sense. And then they want to fall out with the atheists. And he's not an atheist. He just don't believe in your false God. Of course, if you think your false God is true God, then somebody that don't believe in him is called what? I just told you. What? You know, yeah, they call it atheist. So, like I told the atheist that came in here to talk to me, I said, I don't believe in that either. Me and you on the same page on that. I don't believe in none of this false gods these people have set up, false religions. And indirectly worshiping white people. And you say, I don't believe in no Hinduism. These people believe in Hinduism. They shoot you by a car. They worship you, worship these stuff. They get you stealing their TV. They'll shoot you. They, I mean, these people worship everything. They worship money. Then when they can't find nothing else to worship, they start worshiping themselves. What you think it means when people say, man, he's so full of himself? Donald Trump worship himself. He was just being kind when he said this book that he wrote, deal, is the second only to the Bible. And the only reason he said that was so he could get the votes of the people that say they believe in the Bible. He ain't no different than the rest of you. Them who follow him worship themselves. They admire that. And they are envious of evildoers. What you talking about? You envy them too. That's why you ain't never left here. I told you, but just take what I say and go on. You don't really want me to tell you everything I know. I'm trying to save you. And if you think I'm being fooled by people like you, see, just wait. As it says, for, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. I'll show you an example. Now, look at all of the merchants whose economic system would fall if it wasn't for them doing business with America. And the politicians tell you that, oh, we got lots of enemies out there trying to destroy us. Ain't nobody trying to destroy this country. Don't nobody want to kill the goose that's laying the golden eggs for them. China, the number one in China doing more business with America than just about any of them. Good cop, bad cop is what they running on you. One while the Democrats is the good guy, Then the Republicans is the bad one. Then all of a sudden the Republicans is the good guys and the Democrats is the bad guys. Look at history. You ain't got to take my word for it. Go online, leave some of them sites that you've been going to that you ain't got no business on, and go to look at some history of the two parties. Now Allah got them where they can't agree with each other. I'm gonna let you hear that too, but first I'm gonna let you hear about it. So to show you that, as I told you, let's read this. Let's finish this first. It says, "In the emergence of the earth, or waxed rich through the abundances." It was not for the Industrial Revolution of America. God gave them that knowledge that made oil in other people's lands and here, valuable. Don't do nothing with that oil in their country if it hadn't been for the Industrial Revolution. Then America imports all kind of things from other countries. They off of the things that the American people consume. That is this. And I heard another voice from heaven, this is me, saying, "Come out of her, my people, that you not partakers, and that you receive not of her plagues." Son of man, give him warning from me. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his own thoughts, and let him return to the Lord, and he will abundantly pardon. And it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven." Well, that don't, is when you plant a seed in the earth, if a person didn't see you plant them, and you don't put up no bunch of rows there, even if you see some rows there, you still be trying to wonder what they planted, what's there. But once those seeds die and become that plant, then you can see it, because now it's manifested on the surface. For her sins have reached unto heaven. She ain't just thought these wicked things. They actually put them out here. You can see it now. And God hath remembered her iniquities. They remember her iniquity. People, these are the descendants of the people who was left from the people of Noah and Sodom and all them things. You're the descendants of those people. Even those people who was lucky enough to not be on that part of the earth that you call moon when we put it out there. You know, so their descendants were left back here. God hath remembered. Why? Because they're doing the same thing that their wicked fathers did. And it says, reward her. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to render unto every man according to his works. Reward her even as she rewarded you, as you did it to the least of these my brethren, the prophets. You did it unto me. That was me. When you do something to a person's body, what make you think that you ain't doing it to the head? You didn't even have to lay a hand on the head. But if you did it to the body, you did it to the head. Good example is when they used to beat the black man with whips and stuff. You see his back all wept up? What? Just because they didn't slay it, that means they didn't do nothing to the head? The head and the body are one. And what you did to the prophets, you did it to me. And I am now here. The hint to you is the mind that's in this vessel. That's what comes quickly. The mind is quick, makes judgments quickly. I come quickly and my reward is with me. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, to render unto every man according to his works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death. That's what's happening now. Death. These people they don't have the slightest clue of how to rule anymore. They can't even agree to follow their own constitution. The president have selected a Supreme Court nominee, have a hearing, and make the court whole again. Huh? Then he says something that makes no sense at all. Even the president said it. I told y'all that. I said, wait and let the American people decide. The American people decided in 2012. But, you got to have the man that wonders, you wonder, well, he done wandered off the path. The man that wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So it's written. It says, therefore, shall her plagues come in one day. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful what? Day of the Lord. Remember I told you that which seems to flourish and do well at night withers in the day. Well, in one day. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death That's the first thing that had to happen. And lose your wisdom. The mantle of rulership has been taken now. Anytime the ignorant masses and those who are in position of authority are in agreement, then the one who thinks he's in authority has lost his authority. Because instead of leading the masses, he's following the masses. You hear me? Okay. Death and mourning. Well, yeah, you're gonna definitely mourn. And famine. Not a famine of food, but a famine of hearing and understanding the truth. Then it says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Wickedness burneth as the fire. Here you got a sheriff up there openly supporting Donald Trump. And he's the sheriff in Arizona. And he is openly supporting Donald Trump. How come the news media ain't all over that? He's the sheriff, not just over Donald Trump supporters, but he's the sheriff over people who's not supporting Donald Trump. What does he think he's doing? But they've lost their way. So anyway, it says, she shall be utterly burned with the fire of wickedness. It says, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Well, now I just told you who that, I told you that was me saying, it didn't say another. It says, it didn't say another angel came down. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying what? Come out of her who? David said, we are his people. I will be their God and they shall be my people. It says, now you know who that voice was. It said, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. Look at England, a good example. They said, what in the world happened in America? They demonstrating, don't want Donald Trump over there, thinking that will, you ain't got no business with a man like that. There was a time when a man like that wouldn't have been elected, but we trying to find out something here.
You cannot set up the will of God's universe as long as he has a free enemy to attack his will. We must rid the people of an open enemy as all of one from attacking the truth and from attacking the truth for one. We must rid the earth of such opponents who are not an open opponent. And we must rid the earth of open enemies and secret enemies. Let thy will be done, as it is in heaven, Let it be done on earth. Your will should not be hindered by no means and by no one. So God created himself to fight the common law for truth, peace, and security for the right. He comes out himself to be the champion. Comes out himself to be the champion and lead the righteous to victory.
That's right. That's right. As he said, I raised up myself. That's why he said, this teaching will rise a powerful son of truth. I had to eat it, to study it, and raise up myself. It was mine. Even those who it was revealed to, they didn't understand everything that was in it. They got only parts, just like a assembly line. You notice Mr. Ford, he set up assembly line. Everybody was putting their part on there. And at the end, came out the car was whole, but the people who put the parts on there, they didn't know how all of it fit together. All they knew was what part they need to put in there. But the one who designed the assembly line, he knew what them parts was for. And he knew what was going to be the end of it. I'm the only one that know how to together and make them whole and make them speak as one. And I'm doing that. And all you who have been, you through. I'm going to fix you. You mark my words. It's going to start with you not being able to sleep at night, and then it's going to escalate. I'll fix you. So just that been sitting up exercising their racism and disrespecting us to our face. Listen to this.
Great thing. The judgment. He's so wise and powerful. He makes everything of the creation to bear him witness. This is the day of judgment. And it makes you and me bear witness. This is the day of judgment. And the judge is sitting. Able, wise, knows us, and writes down what we do and say. Sit in judge over the nations of the earth, having the power over their thoughts, making them to now fight each other, turning them insane. You see going on? So that they cannot agree. Making them up with confusion. Read your Bible.
Can they agree? Yeah. So he told you what my very presence is like the sun out there. Them creatures that was flying around and see so well before the sun come up, start running into all kind of stuff when the sun come up. Bad land out there to knock, hit a building. Because our daytime is his nighttime. His eyes was not made to see by sunlight. Let's stand and have prayer. Attent, hut. Original salute. Ready, front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. Love Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful. All holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they've heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heaven and earth, and I am not of the. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou, and this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust. I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. We beseech thee for thy help and ask thy protection. And we believe in thee and we trust in thee. And we seek thy help to laud thee in the best manner, and to never be ungrateful unto thee, and to cast off and to forsake him or her who is disobedient unto thee, and to remove from ourselves all things that are displeasing unto thee and beside thee. And O Allah, please save us from the hell that thou hast promised the devils and their followers, and grant that we not only live to see the hereafter, but to abide therein with thee. Amen. Attent, hut. Original salute. Ready, front. You may be seated. From henceforth, I want the names, don't make no difference whether it's screen name or whatever, of everybody who speaks disrespectfully when I recite the word of God to them. We you know, I don't have a problem with a person to get understanding when a person is truly a believer in what they believe in. But when they just purposely show disrespect for no reason, I mean, I can understand a person being belligerent with you when you refuse to talk to them, and you come to them with a bigoted attitude. But I didn't come with attitude. I was childlike. When I hear a person unmute their phone, I'll stop and ask, who is that? Even though I've asked you all many times, don't stop me in the middle of my teaching and have a question that had nothing to do with what I was really saying. I fuss you out about it because you make yourself into, you place yourself into the mold that the whole world sees you as. Uncivilized, unreachable, you are unteachable. You cannot teach a person who will not give you their attention. And whenever you hear a teacher, someone who's supposed to be in the class, stop the teacher and ask a question that the teacher did not bring up, that was not a learned question. It shows that the student not paying attention. We are in a day of learning. If you don't learn, I'm going to leave you behind. Okay. And I want you to make me a list, brother. You know, you save it to a folder. And you make me a list of people. Because I'm going to tell you something. Like I told you, the air that's connected, that gives life to my brain, is directly connected to your brain. All of us are interconnected. So I'm going to borrow a page out of their book. I'm going to put that folder in front of me, and I'm going to have prayer over there, ask Allah. Yeah, yeah. That ain't magic. That's real. Oh, you know, yeah. This is the day of judgment. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something. How many times have you, somebody popped into your mind? Just out of the blue popped into your mind and the phone rang. And it was them. Well, how did you say, you know, I was just thinking about you. See, you just tune up on each other from time to time. So I don't know how you could doubt that we are connected some kind of way. What's enable you to do that? You've been warned. Okay. So I'm going to leave it like that. Did anybody have something they wanted to ask me? Yes. Beg your pardon? No, that's not for you to pray. That's something I do. It ain't but one praying member of the body. And that's the body makes its petitions to the head, but the head is the one that petitions for the whole body. Do you understand? You tell me when somebody mistreating you and whatnot, and you can do that. And you prayer and stay mindful. Prayer keeps you humble. Prayer makes you remember that your life ain't just peaceful because you are enchanted. It's peaceful because you submitting to Allah. You see? So in a world that's gone mad, you are at peace. So you give thanks for that. People come around you and they get peaceful, at least while they're around you. So praise to Allah. You know. Yes.
When you go over your vision and working with the sister, I wonder who was the sister? Was she?
She was a sister that she and I had been talking. And she was in the same temple I was. And she just happened to be with me at that particular time when it happened. I thought me and her was going to be together, but something took place that told me that wasn't going to happen. So, but, so you're welcome. Her name was Nadine. Yes. Actually, she had a twin. Her name was Nadine, and her sister's name was Radine. And had that vision and some other things. They thought I had lost my mind. Of course, I could understand because I thought I was losing my mind. But that wasn't the case. As the book says, and the chastisement of our peace was upon him. But anyway, I'm fine now. And I know what I know. You know, hard not to when I'm seeing it all happen and unfolding right in front of my eyes. I know that the vision was true because I see it. So, any more questions? And our new nation is being raised, and here's proof of it sitting here. So just keep up prayer. And remember what I told you, you don't be out on the street arguing with nobody. If you can't make people's life better, leave them alone. You ain't nobody. You ain't responsible to preach to nobody. You ought to be glad I took that responsibility off of you. You keep you some cards. If people have a question, say, here, the Son of Man told me to give you this. And that's it. Then they can't be mad at you, can they? And you see how people curse at me and do all that little kind of stuff. Is that what you want? Well, then you don't have to have that. You just take a card and offer it to them. If they got a question about what you are, what you believe in, you tell them you come ask the one that's teaching me, and he'll answer all your questions. Am I clear? Then you can be at, because can't nobody accuse you of breaking their peace if you didn't open your mouth. And so just treat people and go on about your business. Am I clear? There you go. All right. And you'll be fine. You've been fine so far. Well, then. May Allah's salam alaikum.